yourself living in the future, but here I fucking well am.
First of all, I really want to know where the episodes come from, your crazy minds. How do they get shaped in your head? Is it like a theme, a place, a color?
I think it's usually from humour. So usually it's an idea that strikes me as funny, oddly enough, because our background is in comedy, and quite often when we're discussing ideas, I'll start laughing and go, ha, that would be terrible if that happened. And that's often the germ.
Not always, I would say. Often it comes from an observation, something you've noticed, and then you've managed to exaggerate it and think what could be the worst possible outcome. And part of that process is a little bit comedic, where you are taking an idea and extrapolating until it's so awful that you sort of go, oh my God, that's terrible. Brilliant.
If we drill down into the numbers, you have got a solid popularity arc here.
No one is this happy. A 2-year-old with a fucking balloon isn't this happy.
It's not like we want people to sort of be horrified, and we don't want people to sort of have a little think about the way they're taking their lives. It's more about reflecting the way the world is today and how we live our life. It's very contemporary, and maybe that's why people feel unsettled. We're not trying to upset or make people uncomfortable.
Well, not most of the time. I know what you mean. I think also because each one is an individual story, I always think you can't waste people's time. Because often a lot of shows which are many episodes long, there's something quite comforting about that. It's a bit like having a long bath, and you can kind of sit there and get into a slower sort of pace or whatever. I think we tend to try and establish a very strong flavour. So we want you to remember the episode when the credits run. And often the way to do that, not always, but often one way to do that is to be really fucking horrible.
Well, thank you for Black Mirror.
Thank you for having us.
Je suis venu en fait de Liège en Belgique spécialement pour cette séance.
I think that there is a desire to do something that's cinematic and visual, and the usual assumptions that we had about what television has broken down.
Au tout départ, j'étais pas super enchanté de faire une série. J'aurais préféré faire un film. Et puis, je me suis laissé entraîner à participer à la série du début à la fin.
Moi j'ai appris de la place du réalisateur qu'elle était quand même beaucoup plus importante. Elle est peu connue je trouve à Jour. Qu'il y avait quand même une base à la série et que le réalisateur en faisait partie quoi.
Less a writer's medium, although that's obviously a very, very important part of it, but a little more of a director's medium and a filmmaker's medium.
On sent vraiment ce côté un peu déçu à la base chez le réalisateur, où finalement il a fini par se reconstruire et se retrouver un peu une seconde jeunesse dans l'idée que travailler à la télévision, c'était pas juste être un artisan de l'image, c'était aussi faire valoir ses talents artistiques et ça pouvait constituer, ça faisait partie de sa filmographie à part entière.
I don't know if I am better, but I feel like I'm a better filmmaker than I was before I started on this journey.
Qui va finir sur le trône à la fin de la saison 8?
Moi, personne. Tout le monde va mourir.
Moi, je dis team Daenerys, parce qu'elle est trop badass. Daenerys, parce que c'est la plus forte, elle a des dragons.
Ouais, la Khaleesi ou Tyrion. Moi, j'irais la team Daenerys quand même.
Ça sera Daenerys, je pense. Et Jon Snow, il sera mort, ou il sera roi de la nuit à la place du roi de la nuit actuel.
Voilà, ça c'est la théorie.
C'est Arya. Écoutez bien,
ouais,
Arya. C'est Arya.
Elle est badass, ton petite.
I think Jon Snow.
Jon Snow. I think so.
I think he will not die again.
Bah, à mon avis, c'est Jon.
Réponds à ma place, s'il te plaît. Je connais absolument pas la série. Il m'a convaincu de l'accompagner.
Rick Grimes.
Je me suis trompé de série.
Tony Stark.
Tony.
Pour rappel, ce soir, on diffuse un épisode par saison.
Un épisode culte, bien sûr. 2.